right. Good morning, everybody. We're going to give y'all a minute to get here. And good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. A little bit after 11 o'clock. And I'm in the sun. I better move over a little bit. The sun is coming down. Let's see who show up this morning for my major announcement. We're going to give you a few minutes to get here. It is still breezy out here. Good morning, everybody. Fabian and others. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We'll give everybody just a second. It's Friday, y'all. It's the end of the week, beginning of the week. Good morning. Washington, good to see you. All who are joining us on this beautiful Friday. And as we say, it's the day that the Lord has made. And to be in the land of the living one more time. Let's see, y'all are still coming in, and I appreciate that. Brother Winston. Let me start this off by saying, the events of an announcement of Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms on last night, that she would not seek another term as mayor, has to some came as a shock and a surprise. But to those who watch and understand politics, we know that there is a high price to pay in terms of when you put yourself out to be elected. You open yourself up to an extraordinary amount of criticism, examination. In 1997, as a young 30-year-old, I offered myself as a candidate to run for city council. I was successful and very fortunate to run and serve, and was able to get a whole lot done, and was grateful to serve, and was elected again. Ran for president, city council, lost that race, and then started the second phase of career. I'm here to say to Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms that politics is not all that God called you to do, and that there is life after politics. But every now and then, you get an opportunity to re-examine your service and get an opportunity to serve. And so it leads me to this announcement this morning. After prayerful consideration and thought and consultation with family and friends and loved ones, and I wanted to come to the patio because that's where we are most familiar. Let me just say that I am a son of this city, born and raised here, have stayed in the same neighborhood for the majority of my life since I was 2 years old. Never left the city, never abandoned it, always believed in it. And so it makes me understand that it's times like this that sometimes your city just might need you. And after prayerful thought and consideration, and making it known that I would make an announcement at 11 o'clock, and getting dressed up in this suit. First of all, did y'all see my suit? That's the first thing we want to make sure y'all saw that. In case I haven't had on a suit in the whole year. And so what I have decided now to do is to announce that I will make an announcement on what I will do on Monday. Okay, so all right. So the announcement of what I'm gonna do is gonna be on Monday. So y'all just have to wait. But I really just wanted to put on the suit. That be honest with y'all, and come out on the patio. So that's what I did. So I know. Don't I look good though? I mean, shaved and everything. And so let me just get to it. There's nothing more wonderful than public service. It really isn't. Atlanta needs a bold leader. Atlanta needs a courageous leader. And I'm going to be talking more about that. I ain't going to talk about Keisha Lance Bottom, let the smoke settles. But I'm announcing that I'm making another announcement on Monday. So y'all just join me on the patio on Monday again, and we'll be making another announcement. I know many of y'all were waiting for the announcement, wouldn't you? And Atlanta, a very special place, and so we're at a crossroads, and so I'm going to be talking a whole lot about that at 4 o'clock today, and what it takes to be mayor. How many of y'all would, if I'd have made an announcement I was running for mayor, y'all would support me? Okay. Well, I'm going to make an announcement on Monday that I'm running for something. I'll let y'all know, so don't just hold your powder. But no, on the real side, I'm just here really because I wanted to put on the suit. It was nice, and I really want somewhere to go. But that's it. It's Friday, so let's just get at it. Patio Chronicles time. And I know some of y'all say, oh, Lord, boy. Some of y'all already on the phone. He's in. These people would be having a heart attack if they thought that I'm running for mayor. They would be having a heart attack if they know I don't take no wood nickels off of these folks. And white folk will have a cataclysmic. They was probably, Buckhead would probably, all of them would just simultaneously faint at the same time. Anyway. Let me say this. It just feel good to be in suit. I got to find somewhere to go. I got my suit on, but I got my running pants and my sandals on but so. I got my suit and my running pants and my sandals. I just came from the walking club. But let me just get at this. Let me just say this. I'm glad you all came. I ain't seen y'all in a long time, and a whole bunch of y'all are in here too, because y'all were waiting for the announcement. But it ain't over now. I'm gonna be announcing something on Monday. But I will say to you that a lot of people don't understand it. I will. Okay, why would the mayor, who is the sitting mayor, not want to run? It's a high cost to pay. And there are about 2 or 3 things that happened in the Keisha Lance Bottom administration that happened that I think was probably a turning point. I don't believe that there's no big deal about it. Sometimes you get tired. When you are under unrelenting criticism, sometimes you're not made for it, right? And I tell people all the time in politics, if you want a friend, you better go get you a puppy, because this is not that kind of place. And so this mayor has been criticized in many instances, rightfully so. When we look at, I'm telling you what you need in a leader now. Don't you look at all of these corporately backed, police union backed folks who are going to come asking you for their support. If the police union support them, I'm generally probably not going to be supportive of them, because these are folks who believe you shoot people in the back and you still get your job. I'm not going to be supportive of that kind of individual. And so gentrification, when you look at how Atlanta has allowed this artificial thing called the Beltline that was supposed to be a so-called amenity for our communities, and have produced nothing but hyper gentrification, the overpricing of homes along it, and downtown, and down by Ponce City Plaza. They got all these wonderful shops. West End, they just got abandoned railroad lines. That tells you the development has not been even now. They could add the same thing. We don't have anything that even look like a Ponce City market in outside of town. We have sidewalks that disappear into the woods that the police chief wouldn't even run on. And so we're very clear that we have not gotten our fair share. And I'm looking for I'm not looking for a mayor that's going to be talking about equity. I'm looking for a mayor that's going to be talking about reciprocity. How do we make whole those sides of town that have been neglected for so long? And so we're going to have a lot to say about this. But really, I'm just checking in with y'all. It has been a long time, but as you can see, boy is back doing good and still in here. And so I'm simply saying to you, don't get excited. Just keep watching, see who emerges, and we'll tell you about what's happening in politics. And I always will say this now. Don't put too much of your eggs in the basket of politics, because you will be disappointed. Okay? Get up every day and go and do for yourself and for your people. We understand the mayor has a job and responsibility. It's an awesome job and responsibility. And I ain't going to say much about how I think this mayor has done. I think, I'll say that for later on. But for those who came just to see, what announcement I was going to make, I know. Anyway, I'm glad y'all just stopped in just to check me out. How to look? Do I look all right? That sun is in the way. I'm just, let me slide back a little bit on the patio so y'all can see me real good. So that's kind of where that is. What y'all got up this weekend? I ain't got much up. I've been just, preparing. I'll be the big 55 in a few weeks. And it's Mother's Day this weekend. Let me say this. Happy Mother's Day to all other mothers, those who have birthed their own children and those who biologically have not, but have been parents to so many. Every time you encourage your niece, every time you encourage your nephew, every time you went into the community and read to children or came to Real Women Read, you are the mother, black woman, you are the mother of civilization itself. Everything that ever came through existence came through the womb of this black woman. If it ever was birthed into this world, it came through the womb of a woman. Sacred is this woman. And so happy Mother's Day to you. And the fact of the matter is, Mother's Day is really 365 days a year. If there was no God in this earth, then the black woman would be the only thing worthy of our praise and adoration, because she has held up more than half of her bargain. She's held up more than half of her deal. And I said without equivocation. We have not always treated you right. We've not always loved you right. We've not always supported you in the ways that you need to be supported, but you never gave up. You kept coming. And so thank you, black woman, for all that you have meant to us. Some of us who are so crazy not to even turn and say to you, thank you in appreciation for what you have done. But I'm not one of those. Everything we have is because of black women, those who sacrificed so that we could go on to college and go on in these great jobs and go on to these great careers. Those grandmothers who couldn't even read but vowed that their grandbabies would. The grandmama Zoras of the world, who was neither lettered nor learned but had a PhD in common sense, and she knew how to nurture the life back into you even when the world told you were nothing. That black woman knew how to love you back to life. And so for all of the sisters who have loved us back to life, and some of whom are scarred and beat up yourself, we want you to know that you are loved and you are appreciated. You are not your circumstances. You're not the substance you find yourself addicted to. You're not what that Negro who didn't care nothing about you because he was not raised right called you last night or even this morning. You are not that. You are indeed a black queen. You are the mother of civilization itself, and everything in earth should be bowing down to all of the misogynists among us, those men who haven't been trained to understand if it wasn't for you, them Negroes wouldn't even be here. So thank you, Mother, for bearing more than your share and carrying a cross that was too weighted for you, but you drug it anyway. So thank you. We appreciate you. I don't take lightly that I can get up from this patio and walk just a few yards and go see my biological mother. who still to this day call me her baby at 55. And while I would let nobody else call me a baby, I let her do it because she's telling the truth. And not only the baby, but the favorite. If you are the favorite child, just put a thumbs up on here. We know you are the favorite. We know. I know my brothers and sisters. They know it. They hate it, but they know it that I am the absolute favorite of my mom. But so what? so hate if you want to. It ain't gonna get you nothing. I can go over there and get whatever I want. I tell mama, look, I want oxtail, I want rice, I want whatever. She'll cook it. They know that. And when we get together and stuff, they be mad, but ain't nothing they can do about it because she'll let them know. She'll let them know. But anyway, so happy Mother's Day. Brothers, get ready. Your day is coming in June. You'll get some drawers, socks, and some Old Spice. It don't change. It's pretty much the same thing. You'll get some Old Spice and some karate or something that you don't want. You're guaranteed to get something you want, and you'll probably get a Burger King and some cold fries and a Diet Coke. But, these sisters finna get these big shrimp dinners and big old squimps and everything, and get taken out and flowed out and everything else. Diamond tennis bracelets, hair done, car wash, gas full of, a tank full of gas. They're gonna get all that. Then you'll get you a pair of tube socks, some soap on a rope, and some Old Spice, probably what you're gonna get. So look forward to it. Just put it in the drawer with all them rest of them tube socks that you don't wear, that went out in the 1970s. What else we got going on? I mean, really, Mother's Day. So no, the restaurant now. Remember, that's still COVID now. Don't have mom over there, 80-some years old. She be over there with all them kids that been all at the school and everything, just coughing up something. That little joker, little Bam Bam there, done been all to the daycare with all them kids, and he just got the little, y'all think he just got allergy. That COVID is still around. Bam Bam was surviving, but grandmama went on to the upper room fooling around with y'all. So don't have all these big gatherings of people, and at your house and everything. If you do, have it outside. I mean, but don't let little Bam Bam, who go to the nursery every day, come around Big Mama and start coughing all on her, because you know what Big Mama gonna say now. Come in, baby, give Big Mama some sugar. Give Mama some sugar. Go to give her some sugar, them little hand be coughing and little coughing. Bam Bam will survive it, but Big Mama may not. So be careful out here in these here streets. So that's about all. I ain't got too much going on. Just kind of taking it easy and relaxing. And so that's kind of what's happening. And so the announcement, I'll make another announcement on Monday. Y'all just come back and check me out, okay? And listen on the radio there. I'll talk a little bit about what's behind it. Unless y'all want me to just tell you now. You got to, if y'all want to know why this mayor decided not to run, I kind of want to tell y'all, but then I don't. But I'll wait until later on. Unless y'all just put about 1,000 of them little hearts or thumbs up over there, then I tell y'all. But other than that, what else is going on? See that everybody who putting it over there, see all of them just flowing up there to see y'all. See that? These are just this is just the nosy crowd. This just because y'all nosy. See, this is your problem. You got a nose problem. You just know. y'all just nosy. Oh Lord, let me go get my teeth to put in. This is the problem. That y'all just nosy. Y'all want to know for real. Now y'all know I can't see that little print. I can't see that little print. Let me say this. I went to my eye doctor yesterday. They said my eye is healing. God is faithful, and so am I. Y'all really want to know? Damn. Okay. Oh Jesus. Let me see. Okay. Do y'all want to know? Y'all, let me see what y'all saying. I had to lift my glasses up to see. Tell it. Favor, everybody want. Can I go in the house and get me a drink first? I want to get a drink and change clothes. Can I take my church clothes off first? Will y'all allow me to do that? Since my announcement is over, I don't have to put on my preacher outfit no more. Since the announcement, all right, let me just say this. I do think it requires a wardrobe change, okay? Y'all be all right with that? Y'all gonna stay till I get back and get me a little something to drink? Is it because it is Friday? I can't have a little something to drink, can I? Okay. Well, let me say that. I might as well just. Do y'all like my suit and my shirt and stuff? Last year I couldn't wear this shirt. The suit was a little tight on me. But thanks be to God, my vegan, vegetarian diet, I made it wear. And I will tell y'all this now. I got to just admit this before I give you all of the details and information now. I tried to sneak yesterday and eat me some chicken liver. You know, I said, well, this chicken liver, ain't that many of them over here at Piccadilly's. And brother, let me tell you, the body is such a magnificent vessel. And I hadn't eaten no meat. You know, I tried to eat chicken, sausage, didn't work. So I said, let me just try the chicken liver. And brother, I wasn't even out of the parking lot good. You hear me? Before I had to start taking I had to drive that damn car like a race car. Oh, jeez. Okay. I left the Piccadilly. I had to drive that car like a damn race car to get out of the parking lot and get home. I mean, y'all been so proud of me because I was driving faster than Mario Andretti. You hear me? I take that car about 90 miles an hour out of the parking lot. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. I think I had that damn car on two wheels coming up 166 to get home. My stomach hurt so bad. I said, oh, no. I whooped into the driveway. I left it running. You hear me? I just had to leave the car running. I didn't even have time to, you know how you didn't even have time to take it off? I hadn't turned it off. I couldn't turn it off or get the car. Look, I told hell, just somebody take the whole car. I got to make it to the toilet. Oh, and I've been messed up all night. So anyway, when you called me last night, I didn't answer the phone because I wasn't in a good place, okay? So I'm just telling you now. Look, if you hadn't eaten meat in a whole long time, I just figured it ain't really the meat or something. But let me tell you, I came up 166. You probably can still see the burn marks coming out of. I ran the red light and everything. I wasn't even caring about the police, because if they'd have got behind me, they would have had to. They would have chased me all the way to over here to the house. Now I'm just telling you, been a high-speed chase. Y'all been saying, "There go your boy." This man in the high-speed chase, they'd get the taser or whatever. They'd come arrest me. I've been sitting on stool now. I mean, good God Almighty. Thank God for good Charmin, though. Charmin is nothing like it. Okay. Now let me get to what was I about to say? Y'all done messed me up. I'm crying and everything. Anyway. So yeah, don't fast and then try to eat the chicken liver. Just the two ain't compatible. So let me get to what was I about to say? Oh, the Keisha Land bomb. Let me say this. And when the mayor ran, she asked me to support her, and I just couldn't. I knew. First of all, she's a good person and great person, good energy. Great personality, very nice lady. I never had any criticism of Keisha Lansbottom as a person, but before I was elected to City Council, I worked in the Office of Contract Compliance. I've been the director of the Georgia Hill Center. I was an intern at City Hall. And one of the things, city government is not like a regular business. City Hall is made up of career people. I've been gone now from the city for 16 years. and many of the people who make the machinery of City Hall run are still in place. So while you look to the mayor, the city council, and others, when I want to get something done, I call the clerks, the secretary pool. I call the people who make city government run. To this day, there's nothing in no department that I can't find out because of relationship. And these people know that I love this city and I love black people. And so if I want to find out anything going on in City Hall, then I know who to call or who to get to. Because you don't get the information from the mayor, you get the information from the man who clean up City Hall. If you want to know everything going on in the corporate environment, don't ask the CEO, ask the janitor. The janitor had the ability, he throw away all of the documents. He clean up the office. He know who was in there and who left. So y'all be looking at everything, but let me just say this. When she came to city council, she came to District 11 after Jim Maddox's term was up. Jim, probably one of the greatest city councilmen to ever serve. But she came and didn't stay long because she wanted a job. And she wanted a job, wanted something to do. And so Kasim Reed made her the executive director of the Stadium Authority. That is a full-time job. The Stadium Authority holds the bonds for Phillips Arena. Well, at that time, Phillips Arena. And so they finance that arena. They hold bonds for a number of facilities. So it's a big operation. And you saw finance Turner Field and all of the development of it. So she went there and had a job and had a $160,000 a year job on top of the $60,000 a year she's making from City Hall. So she goes from wanting a job to $200,000 a year. Many of us knew it was a conflict because most of the stuff that involves the Recreation Authority has to come before City Hall, it comes before City Council. But the mayor, Kasim at the time, allowed for it to happen. The law department backed it, and so she was allowed to do both jobs. So spent very little time at City Hall. And you can't be at City Hall and understand how city government works. You got to be there. And so how do you run departments? You know, we can go back and look at every mayor. Maynard had been vice mayor before he came to be mayor of the city. He had served as vice mayor under Sam LaSalle. You know, after him, Andy had been ambassador to the UN, had been elected congressman, understood how government worked and how it functioned. He got an insider, a young lady at that time known as Shirley Clark Franklin, brought her in and let her begin to move from cultural affairs to running city government. And so after Andy comes Maynard Jackson again for another term. Well, what Maynard found out in the third term, Atlanta had changed. All them little old ladies that were cheering Maynard, Maynard, Maynard now said, okay, Maynard, hell, we cheer for you in 72, but we need you to fix these streets. We need you to do something about crime. We need you to do something about wages. We need you to do something. So Maynard said, oh, hell no, this is a real job. And he served that one term in the 80s and got out of there. Well, then come Bill Campbell. Bill Campbell had represented the most diverse district, District 2, with Emmons Park, some of the richest communities in the city, and Auburn Avenue, some of the poorest parts of the city. Had been in city government for at least 2 or 3 terms, 12 years prior to being mayor. And so he knew how city government worked. But he also went out there and got folks like Michael Lincoln because he also knew he had to be tied to the community. After him comes Shirley Franklin. Well, she had run government with Andy and been there for parts of Maynard administration. So she knew how city government worked. Right? Behind her come Kasim Reed, who again had been a state representative, state senator, He was very involved in the politics of City Hall because he was very good friends with Shirley Franklin. He fell out with her, just like he fell out with this mayor. He seemed to fall out with him for whatever reason. Well, but you come to Keisha, and so she was not present. And so you really got to understand how City Hall works. You got to understand a police chief, like Chief Shield, who would jump in front of the camera and make statements in contradiction to what you just said 5 minutes ago, and think you're not going to get punished for that. The buck stops at the mayor's office. You know, at the end of the day, city government runs because the mayor. So when she came, you know, she had an FBI investigation that's still ongoing. Them people all over there talking about who they're going to indict and send to jail. So you got all of that going on underneath you. Right? Now you got riots in the street that you can't quell. You can't make the police happy, can't make the community happy. She goes over to Spelman, the most conservative college in the country. And the women over there said, we don't want you over here as the speaker last year, this time. That's a hell of a statement, dude. You know, that's a lot. Hold on now. Hold on. We talking about black girl magic, but the black college where in Spelman let that play out a little bit too long. It bounced around too long before it was put to rest. Now, arguably now, the women did not ask for the mayor. They asked for somebody else. The administration said, well, we're just going to get the mayor and make her be the speaker. And the young women revolted. Right? So you got gentrification and lack of affordable housing. And every time we try to start an affordable housing initiative, it don't take off. We try to get a director down here for the housing authority, and he leaves and won't take the job. It's just too many missteps. Now you got the police union mad at. So then you contract COVID, the whole family gets sick. That woman like, hell, this is just way too much for me. I don't even need to put up with this. There's some other parts to it that I'm giving you all the cliff notes to, but I'll tune in at 4 o'clock. I'll give you more. And so Mayor's way, I'm sure, with her family. Her husband does very well, and he probably told her, look, we ain't got to put up with this now. Come on home. What she does have to her advantage is the mayor. She's smart. She chose right with the president's race. People thought she wanted the cabinet position in the bottom. But let me just tell you that the cabinet members in the federal government make about $150,000 a year. That is no money. Right? That ain't no money now. That's money to people who don't have no money, but that's no money to make. So she wasn't looking for no position in no cabinet. She may take one now that she's gone, or an ambassadorship or something, but that's just because she wants something to do. But her profile was lifted because she was one of the only black women that supported Joe Biden at a time. This man, remember, this dude lost 6 primaries back to back. He couldn't win one. And we said, old Joe is dead in the water until he got to South Carolina. But this woman, unbeknownst to many of y'all, she traveled with him to every state. She all up in an hour in the snow. And now I'll talk about this later on. I ain't got time to go into it real deep. But even with all she did, Stacey Abrams emerges as the woman in Atlanta to run the politics of this city. Right? And y'all better watch that one real close, because she's talking about she got an Asian lady that they're gonna run together as governor and vice governor, or governor and lieutenant governor. Y'all watch this now. Watch it now. I'm telling y'all, I ain't supporting her either. So y'all just get ready for it. Just get ready for it. So watch it close, because she ain't who she says she is. But anyway, I'll talk about that later on. So all of that going on, you have to make a decision. Do I want to sign up for 4 more years of this? Do I want to sign up for 4 more years of this? And I think she said, no, I'm going to cash in now, because she can still get with her profile as a national recognized mayor of the city, get called all over the world, whether y'all know it or not. all over the world. I didn't say all over the Southeast, all over the world. You know, at some point I'll tell you how I know that. Okay, we'll get called to speak all over the world. They'll pay you wonderfully and handsomely. She will get an opportunity because of her national politics. Now, us here in Atlanta say, "Oh, okay, well, okay, yeah, all right, this is Black Girl Magic. Okay, all right, but let's fix these streets and get this dirty city cleaned up, and let's do something about gentrification. Let's build us some affordable housing, none of which has really happened at this point." So, but anyway, that's how that goes. So that's where we are. So she made the decision to go home instead of put up a 4 more years of what it is. Because the prospect is it ain't gonna get any better. It's got to take. If you look, Atlanta don't need no milk toast, tip around the tulip kind of leader at this point. I hope that we go radical and find somebody who will shake things up, and not somebody who just want to be the buckhead, the mayor buckhead, and the white folks. Okay. And then you asked me. Now I just told you. I done gave you all. Now let me get out of here because it's a little chilly, and although I got on my nice suit and everything, and I made an announcement that I'll make another announcement on Monday. And y'all gonna come back and hear my announcement on Monday. Okay, y'all still hanging in here with me. Any questions for me, class, before I get out here? Would anybody got any questions? Let me pull my glasses up so I can see. Okay. All right. All right. All right now. So if I announce I'm running for mayor, y'all gonna be with me? All right. Well, good. Now let me ask you this: how many of y'all actually live in the city of Atlanta? It does kind of make a difference for the voting purposes, but for fundraising purposes, it's all good. All right. But anyway, let me go put my braces, my Invisalign back in, because these little things they done put on the side of my mouth is hitting the inside of my tongue, right? Inside of my cheek. So that's it. So that's it, y'all. Look, y'all be great. Y'all be wonderful. And I will holler at y'all. Y'all check me out at 4 o'clock. I'm gonna have a lot to say. And but that's kind of what it is. Happy Mother's Day again to all of us who are so fortunate and so blessed not to have to go put flowers at a cemetery. We are extraordinarily blessed. And for all of those who will go visit Mom in the spirit world by standing near the last place where her physical body lay, then we pray your strength in the Lord. Don't look at it as being a day of sadness. Make it a day of celebration, of a wonderful life well spent, of the vicissitudes of life that will overcome, over all of the things and the odds that kept facing that black woman. She was determined to get up yet again to take care of her babies. She lived so that you might live an even better life. She may have suffered indignities in order for her babies to walk and stand in the warmer sun. And so remember her with great fondness, and don't let it be a day where you are down and you are depressed and you are sad. I know you say, well, you can say that because you can walk a few blocks and go see yours, but I understand that man born of a woman, days are short and full of sorrow. But at the end of the day, we thank God that we had the privilege of being on this side of glory for whatever period, whether it was extended years or shortened years. It doesn't matter how long the life was. It just matters the quality of life that they live. And so on that note, bless you, mamas. Bless you, ancestors. Bless you, sisters who are still making it happen, and sisters who are struggling to make it happen every day. Your greatest legacy is wrapped up in your children. So you are legacy holders now. We are legacy keepers. Don't let your mama legacy be that all you knew how to do was pop your fingers and shake your behind. That ain't no good legacy to leave. Leave a legacy of service to God's people. Leave a legacy of holding high your name and your family's name. And then build on your own legacy. So when your time comes, when it comes to the consummation of the ages for you, then somebody will say that we sure do miss, that sweet person. Don't let them say we miss them, but we sure glad we don't have to see them no more. Don't let them. And so on that note, I'm going to get out of here. And one final word, do not eat chicken livers. If you have not been eating meat for a long time, it ain't going to work out good for you. It'll turn you into a race car driver. Okay? And on behalf of NASCAR and the Race Car Association, on behalf of NASCAR and the Race Car Association, let me go get my credentials, because after yesterday, I'm certainly qualified to be about number 5 in the lineup at the next racing event. All right, God bless y'all and God keep you. And just know that whatever it is only temporary. That better is coming. All right, y'all take care. I'm out of here. Peace.